Hey guys, welcome to Café Con Fuego Live. I am here with Rose Montoya. And what are we doing today?
We're here on set with Chromat. We're doing a little photo shoot, swimsuit campaign,
Yes. So we're here in Miami. You know, I live here. You
and
live
I
in
love it
LA.
here.
Yes. I wanted to ask you, how are you liking MIA?
I've always loved Miami. So I actually came here a few years ago for my BBL, and
Oh.
yeah,
Oh. Okay,
yeah.
juicy.
Yeah, I love it here.
Go ahead.
I feel like so many trans people in particular are like scared of Florida. You know, like there's a lot of wild legislators here and
Yes.
laws being passed all over the country, but I feel like there are so many scared of Florida. And every time I've come, I love it. People are so nice.
Yeah.
People are just like, everyone's just accepting and like,
Well, like Miami's Miami, Florida's Florida.
Miami is different.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Because I've been here for 3 years. I moved here from LA. LA was not a good experience for me. I just am very social and I'm East Coast vibes. Like I'm super authentic and
Yeah.
very real. And
Yeah.
sometimes, you know,
You keep
LA
it straightforward.
yeah, like LA can be very like wishy-washy. Everyone's got an agenda.
And
I get
flaky.
it. Very flaky.
It's hard to like solidify plans with people.
Yeah, yeah, because everyone's like in a mood. Because I feel, this is my own observation, I feel like LA, like there's no society. Like here in Miami, you can catch a vibe anywhere. People are on vacation here, so you can meet people. It's always changing, like a revolving door. Like so,
Yeah.
you never know. It's exciting to go out. Whereas like LA, you're gonna see the same thing all the time, kind of.
Do you like going
yeah.
out a lot? Because I feel
I
like
love it.
the older I get, the more like I'm about to be 30, and I feel like I'm so much more of a homebody
I'm
now.
about to be 40 in like 2 months. I'm gagging.
And you still look gorgeous.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, I'm a super social person.
Yeah.
And like, you know, you go through your fears like when you transition and like going
course.
back into society, like, you know, how are you going to assimilate? How are you going to adjust? And then like you got to get out of your own head.
Yeah.
But so I'm like so far past those stages. Now I can just like live my life and like
I feel it.
catch a vibe. And so, yeah, that's why I love Miami. The beach is always there. I could do my own thing, but there's
Oh my
also
gosh.
a community here. The
Yeah.
queer community here is sickening.
And it's like
Yeah.
middle of winter, and I'm in a bikini.
Yeah,
I'm not even
exactly.
cold. But yeah, absolutely. The people here are so sweet. Like the drag here is incredible. It's so sexy. Like
Yeah.
I feel like
And people dance. Like
people
perform.
dance here. That is so true. And like I feel like the vibe here, like in like fashion and like in like the industry, is so much more like body inclusive. And so while that may not be super specific to like trans people, I do feel like Miami is known for like the curve models,
Yeah.
you know, for like showing skin and feeling confident in who you are is
Totally.
kind of just what I think of when I think of Miami. And I feel like that's branched off into, you know, queer and trans communities as well now.
Absolutely. I think, you know, Miami is its own reality, similar to LA. Like,
Yeah.
LA is its own reality.
Oh yeah,
Probably-
California is not all
Yeah, like, well,
liberal like
probably
that.
because, like, we have, the weather is, like, pretty consistent here. Like, we don't have the seasons, which is similar to LA. So
Yeah.
it's like, we live in a bubble. However, people are very desensitized to the queer community, to trans people. Like, you're going to get your biases, but also at the same time, people are coming here specifically to have fun,
Yeah.
to have a good time. So
Yeah.
it's sort of like Vegas by the beach. You know, it's like I've met so many guys where, you know, there's moments where you don't want to say that you're trans, obviously,
course.
for safety, but
But I feel
there's
that in LA too.
Yeah,
You
then
go
there's-
to a straight bar or certain
Right.
events, I'm like, I'm not telling anybody.
no, because you know it's not safe, you know, but there's also very like, there's guys that are just like, who cares? Like,
Yeah.
I like you, you're hot, I want to catch this vibe and let's go. And you know, I moved here as a single girl, like wanting to date because I couldn't date. Like dating in LA was like, girl, it was like celebs and athletes and stuff, and that was cute for a little bit. But then I was like, I'm over this. Like, I don't
Yeah.
want to be that. I want to like be taken seriously. And so
Yeah.
Miami gave me that opportunity, and now I'm in a relationship, and
That's beautiful.
it's cute.
Yeah, you are cute. The
it's
both
cute.
of you.
Yeah, I love him. I love him. He's a huge blessing. I love him so much. Are you dating or like what's your tea?
Yeah, I have been with the same partner for over 2 years.
Oh, wow.
And he's
Okay.
a trans man.
Oh, word.
So T for T.
I love
all the
that.
way, and we're actually moving in together.
No way.
Yeah, I'm like
Congrats.
halfway in between moving, like right now.
Oh, that's amazing. Oh, that you. It's must be nice to be there for one another.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
there's things that he doesn't understand that I go through that like I have to walk him through,
Of
like
course.
you know the experience, and so Wow, that's good.
I feel like that's true for every woman, though, to an extent.
Well, true.
You know, no man's ever gonna,
No,
get it.
No.
But it is definitely unique to be able to be with a trans partner who I don't have to explain any of that stuff. You know, like we both take flower shots together sometimes, and you know, like cute little things like that like I can take for granted now, but it is truly like night and day difference for me. Yeah, I don't know. I love it. I'm very happy.
I'm curious to know, like, just like before you were with your partner, like, how was dating for you? Because there's a lot of girls that ask me all the time, like, dating is so hard. Like, is there any like advice or like maybe a certain mindset that sort of helped you get through the times, you know, when you were single or like kept you motivated?
Delete every single dating app off your phone.
Really? Oh, I like that. That's actually a good one.
Don't use dating apps. I feel like, honestly, social media is so much better for finding partners and dates than the apps, you know, because dating apps, I feel like people are so focused on sex, and if they're not, then they're just like friend zone. And I've experienced that a lot personally, and I don't know, I've never felt like fulfilled or like fully enjoyed that experience, especially as a trans girl who is like so out and open. I'm sure you've had some nightmare experiences too.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I met my man at church.
You met at church?
Yeah, like okay, so I was single for 6 years after my marriage, and like I dated here and there and whatever, and I explored.
Yeah.
But I was determined to meet my guy either at the gym or at like a Starbucks, like in person.
You're always at the gym.
Yeah, I'm always at the gym, and like it makes me feel powerful to be in the gym and not feel insecure and intimidated.
I love
because
that.
it could feel like that, especially like the little cliques that are at the gym.
Yeah.
And so as a trans person, to feel powerful, you know, in a place that normally like nobody wants to talk about trans people at the gym. Like it's a macho world, you know, it's hyper aesthetics, and so it's nice to like be able to like carve that space out. And the same thing at church. Like after COVID, like I really went through this moment where I wanted to, you know, dive deep into what my faith is and what religion means to me. And so, that's how I found him. You know, like we officially connected on TikTok because like he had my TikTok and I didn't even know. But he's a church guy, and you know the funny thing is that he is a Trump supporter, which sucks. Yeah. However,
Girl, what?
yes, my man is a Trump supporter. He's Christian. He went to a Christian college, like on a full football scholarship. Like he's that guy.
Wow.
And but he doesn't hide his relationship with me, you know, and he, you know, has very conservative Republican beliefs. But when it comes to the trans thing, it's like he can completely disagree. Like he totally sees my side, which is great. But like his interests don't include trans people or never included trans people until now. So now he's like listening to...
You've helped him understand.
Yeah, like he's listening to some of the content that we put out where normally he would just keep scrolling because it didn't affect him at the time. You know, he cares more about the economy and the border and all these things, and like national security is his thing, and he likes to know, you know, he sticks to the things that matter in his life, and it's helped me understand people that are not on our side, you know, because everyone is trying to fight for their own... You know?
I think that's a really good point. Like, I feel like there is such a divide right now, and while it can be so easy to like villainize other people and to say like, oh, you voted against my rights, like even if you just care about other things, like it's in, you know, extension like harming me and I want nothing to do with you, unfriend me, goodbye, we're done. And I don't see the benefit in it. Like I've been there, I've done that, you know. I outright told people like, you voted for Trump the first time, like I never want to talk to you again. And I've kind of grown into this point now where I'm like, I feel like we all have things that we care about, that we're concerned about, and I feel like when we can sit down and have a conversation, realize you're a human, I'm a human, like we have things that we mutually care about, and like there are ways to kind of, you know, come through this. I feel like that's where real change happens. Like if you're interested in like having people like understand like trans rights, for example, you got to meet them where they're at. And I understand that's not everyone's role, you know, and I'm not saying that everybody has to do that. I'm not saying you have to go and educate every, you know, person or befriend every person who disagrees with you. But I think if you can sit down and just have like a open and honest conversation, I feel like that's where the real change happens.
No, absolutely. I mean, listen, it's it's a scary time. I
Yeah,
can say
of
that
course.
because I went through that time when everyone seemed like they were for our liberation,
Yeah.
and I remember that because I was part of that conversation. And so now to see what's happening, it seems like it's a trend to be like anti-trans, and people, are empowered to show that side. And that for me is nuts. But there's light and dark. There's always gonna, we're gonna go 10 steps forward and 2 steps back. Hopefully it's only 2 steps back. But I really think that, listen, trans people have entertained cishet people for a long time.
Forever.
Like I remember the trans girls on Sally Jesse Raphael, then on Maury, that people do love us.
Yeah.
And I think that for a long time it was this building thing that people felt like we were stepping on their toes for whatever reason. I don't even know what it is, but I really hope that this president fixes the economy. I don't know if that's going to happen. I would love to be like, I told
Eggs
you
aren't
so
cheaper
moment.
yet.
I know.
Still waiting.
I would love to have a I told you so moment. But we'll see. Like
But
honestly,
I love to be proven wrong just as much. Like, if Trump were to not have signed all these executive orders attacking trans rights, like,
Listen,
actually made egg prices cheaper, I would have been great.
I like Trump as a reality TV personality, not as president. Like
I'm not a
reality
fan.
TV, like a personality, he's just like out there. He's all the things that you'd want from a reality TV person, but just not as a president.
Yeah.
Because he's completely insensitive, and he's not my president. I mean,
Yeah.
he is the president, but
Yeah.
I'm hoping that all this like anti-trans stuff can just like die down, and we can get back to thriving, because a lot of people are scared because they don't know what's going to happen next.
Yeah.
They don't know how it's going to affect them.
Yeah.
And
Well,
I have to renew my passport, girl, so
Oh no, it's due?
next year. I know.
That's
gagging.
scary. Mine is due the year after he's out.
Oh.
And I was so relieved when I looked at it. Girl,
Yeah.
that's scary. Like, but I feel like by then it'll be challenged in court, and there's no way that's constitutional. And that's, I think, something really important to remember, is that executive orders are not laws. They're guidelines for the federal government, not for states, not for, every individual.
That's good to know.
There are people, who are still getting their passports updated with the correct gender marker.
Oh, okay,
It's
good.
happening.
Okay.
And, but if you had a previous passport with your assigned sex at birth, you probably won't be able to get a new passport
No,
with your current.
I had everything changed a long time ago, so I just
Me
have
too.
to renew it.
But
so
did
I'm
you
hoping that
ever
it's just,
previously have a passport that said M?
I
Like
might
as a
have.
kid?
Yeah, I think I
Yeah,
did.
because
Like,
I did as a kid.
the first one as a kid, but then when I actually got my name changed and everything, like I went to do my passport too.
Yeah.
And that was
So
like
you
in
never
2016.
know.
So
Yeah.
I just have to. Hopefully, I'm just renew it and just
just don't look. Don't look twice.
just renewal.
Or do look twice. Obviously, woman.
But maybe like I feel like it was because there were some girls that were applying for the gender marker change.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But I haven't heard of anyone that had it changed already and then someone changed it back.
There was one who went viral. Yeah. Yeah. Her name's Zaya.
I don't know her.
Yeah.
I know there was one girl with like
She's a
huge
TikToker.
boobs. Was it her with like the big boobs?
Yeah. Yeah.
But I thought
she's
she-
light skinned.
Yeah, but I thought
Yeah.
she had everything else changed but that, and she went to get it changed, and they said yes, but then they sent her the one that said that was like no. Like she had the approval in
I thought
office.
she already had her passport updated
No,
and
she
they
had
reversed
everything
it.
else. She had everything else, and she applied for it to be changed. And then when she got it in the mail 2 weeks later, it was
makes more
accompanied
sense.
with a letter that said, "No, sorry, boo." That's why she gagged.
See, and that's why I have a problem with like people spreading misinformation of like this is the one rule and it applies for every single person across the board. That's not true.
Mm-hmm.
It's so individualized and you never know who is going to be behind that counter, signing it off. And if they're
True.
affirming or if they don't look twice or like there's
We'll try
just
to,
no
like,
way of knowing exactly
so
what
you
will
get it there.
happen. Yeah, I think it's still worth trying.
Insane.
Don't comply.
Well, thank you so much for doing this interview.
Oh my God,
I hope
of
you enjoy my
course.
city. We're going to dinner tonight.
Yes, I can't
yeah,
wait.
we're gonna have a little Galentine's because
Little-
it's the 13th.
Oh, yeah,
So-
today's the day.
Yeah, you leave tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay, sick name.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Oh, girls' night.
thank you guys for joining. Make sure you follow Rose. We want to give your handles and stuff.
Yeah. Instagram at the Rose Montoya, TikTok at Rose Montoya. Thank
Period.
you, Carmen.
Thank you, baby.
Bye, guys.